Cheat meals. What do you think of when you hear that? Does it bring excitement because you're looking forward to the cheat meal? Does it bring dread because you know your cheat meals knock you off course? What is the feeling that rises up? It could be different for you than it is for me, but I'm going to dive into cheat meals and whether you should be having them, whether you shouldn't, how you should feel about them, how crazy to go with it, all that and more. So strap in and get ready for episode 115. Let's go. I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast.
Hey, my name is Brian. Welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited you're here. And before we really dive into the bulk of this, I want to share with you about our YouTube channel. And I know I've been talking about this the last few episodes, but every week I launch 2 videos on the YouTube channel and I demonstrate exercises, I show you food recipes, and it's just a different take because I love podcasts. I listen to them. I love recording them and sharing them with all of you. But video is just a different beast, and I learn a lot from video as well. So head on over to youtube.com/bones to bulk, check out our channel, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos that I release each week. And yeah, drop me a comment on there. Let me know what you think of the videos, what you want to see, because I ultimately want to produce the content that you are looking for. All right, so with that being said, let's get into it. So cheat meals. I don't know if you've ever seen The Rock's Instagram. He posts his weekly cheat meals and they are freaking insane. Insane. Like he'll have like this overflowing plate of I don't even know what, and then enough desserts to feed a family of like 10 afterwards. It's crazy. And then you have some people like Jeff Cavalier of Athlean X who pretty much never has a cheat meal. Like he eats like carrot cake like once a year and that's his cheat meal. And you have these very two opposite extremes of cheat meals, no cheat meals, and neither one is wrong. I love both of the people I just mentioned to death. I've had the privilege of meeting Jeff Cavalier. He's an amazing guy. He's just as humble and amazing in real life as he is in his videos. Dwayne Johnson, I have not yet met. Yet. Emphasis on the yet. He just bought a house in Atlanta, so he's pretty close to me, so that's pretty cool. There's hope yet. But I say all this because there's not a right and wrong answer to whether you should have a cheat meal or not. But there are some factors you need to take into consideration. So let's dive into those. So first off, how early are you in your fitness journey? Are you like in week 1? If so, then chances are you don't need to be having a cheat meal yet because you haven't established those healthy habits. You haven't built that strong foundation to where you can maybe have a cheat meal and then go right back into your healthy eating. So if you're very new to this, a couple weeks in, I would try to dissuade you from having a cheat meal. Now, maybe at the end of completing 1 month, you can have a cheat meal and reward yourself. But here's the thing. How does your body, your mind react to having that cheat meal? Do you have it and then it's easy for you to transition back into healthy eating? Or is it the opposite where you have that cheat meal and then you find, well, let's carry this cheat meal into tomorrow and you have a cheat breakfast and then let's turn this into a cheat weekend. And then you shoot to hell everything that weekend because you've eaten 6 meals of pure crap and then you're jumping back in Monday and you've kind of undone the previous week's work. And so you're kind of starting from scratch all over again. So you kind of have to evaluate and really be honest with yourself. Like this isn't the time to try to say you're doing better than you are, but sit down, like stare yourself in the mirror and really be honest with, are these cheat meals okay or are they screwing me up? And also, a cheat meal doesn't have to be some absolutely crazy thing. You don't have to consume a week's worth of calories in one meal. Like pick something you enjoy, have a moderate portion of that, and then have a moderate portion of a dessert later that evening and call that your cheat night. I don't recommend having cheat days because if you say I'm going to have a cheat day, there's a lot of time in a day for you to eat a whole lot of crap that can undo a lot of the work you've done. Whereas if you limit it to one meal, one dessert, you're narrowing that window of the bad stuff you're putting in. And again, I have a cheat meal once a week and I have a cheat dessert usually, or maybe not a dessert, but I'll drink one night. And so that's my cheat night. And I don't go crazy with it. I'll admit there have been times when I have, and when I have gone crazy with it, I feel like garbage the next day. And so I don't like that feeling. And so I've learned to be moderate with it and say, you know what, I'm going to enjoy, this pizza tonight and a couple of these cookies. And I'm good after that. I'm going to jump back into my good routine the next morning and lunch and dinner and just carry on. And I'm not going to stress over that meal. I enjoyed it and I'm going to move on. And that's how you kind of have to look at it. You can't beat yourself up over the head because you had a cheat meal, because that's just going to be bad for your overall gains, because you're going to be playing that mental battle with yourself. Like if it's really causing you a mental struggle, don't do it. It's not worth it, because our mental game has to be there. And so if we're, for 2-3 days, we're regretting some meal we had because we feel guilty that we screwed everything up, well, that's not beneficial to us. So if that's causing you a problem that badly, like mentally, then skip the cheat meals. But if it's not causing you a problem, enjoy it. I'm all about moderation. My grandfather would always say everything in moderation. And he lived a very healthy life. He lived into his mid-80s. He played golf 3-4 times a week, would shoot amazing numbers in it. He ran his own business up until he died. And it was ultimately some cancer went undetected, and that's what caused his death. But he lived a very healthy life, and he didn't eat the best, but he did eat pretty good foods most of the time. He liked his desserts, he liked his candy, but he also made sure he got plenty of exercise every day. He made sure he was eating healthy foods every day. And I'm not trying to say like he was the pinnacle of health or anything, but I'm trying to say he had that moderation pretty well nailed down. And I hear a lot of times, when they're interviewing people that are like 100 and older, they ask them what's the secret. And a lot of times they say it's moderation. And I truly believe that. And I'm not saying, again, that having cheat meals is right or wrong, or not having cheat meals is right or wrong. Like, it's not about that. Everybody's different. And if you really enjoy not doing cheat meals and you feel that that's like your A game is when you just are strict with it, then go for that. Like, if you're enjoying life and you're getting a lot out of that and find fulfillment in that, then go for that. Like, absolutely. But on the other hand, if you're just dying for a piece of cheesecake, like, I'm not saying eat it every night by any means, but treat yourself to a piece of cheesecake one night. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying that and absolutely just allowing yourself to indulge in it. Like, that's okay. Sometimes when we get on this fitness journey, and don't get me wrong, I'm all about discipline and it's like sticking hardcore to a plan and like what's laid out and your goals and all that. Like, I'm very strict with all that. I'm very disciplined. And so it kind of comes easy for me. And I realize that it doesn't come easy for anybody. That doesn't mean that I don't get cravings for stuff. It doesn't. I'll often get cravings for things. You've got to know that balance of, okay, I'm getting this craving. Is it okay to give into this craving tonight? Or did I already have my cheat meal this week and I need to stay strong and say no and grab something healthy instead? Have that conversation in your mind. Just admitting that you're having a craving to yourself sometimes rather than trying to deny it, like, no, I don't want that, is often a big solution to the problem. And just saying, you know what, I am having this craving. Let's evaluate this. Do I really need it? How will I feel afterwards? Would I rather save this for my cheat night? And have that out loud conversation with yourself or with your spouse or your friend, like whoever, or just with yourself and really hash out what you want to do. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with questioning your motives and your thoughts and thinking and processing through all that. That's how we grow. That's how we develop. So I hope this has helped shed some light on cheat meals. Again, they're not something to be afraid of, but you do need to be smart with them, I think. So with that being said, if you are on social media, check us out. We are at Bones to Bulk on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Once again, we are on YouTube, youtube.com/Bones to Bulk. Check out our channel there. And with that being said, remember, no matter what struggles you're going through, what walls are just freaking standing right in your way and seem absolutely insurmountable, I promise you, if you start going after that wall, you can get over it. You can accomplish your goal. You've got this.